The Patreon request this week, as requested by Lovskin, thank you for the request, was the 2002 film The Pianist, which is going to now be described by Tanner.
The Pianist is the story of Władysław Spielman. That's his name, I got there. He is a pianist living in Warsaw, Poland during World War II. Not good. And even worse, he's Jewish. And, we kind of just watch him watch the events of the whole thing unfold, and it's not good, but then he has kind of a happy ending. Yeah, sure, he has a happy ending, I guess, kind of.
As happy as one can have in this situation.
Yeah, sure. It worked out better for him than most, we'll say.
He doesn't die.
Yeah. Fun fact. What did I put here? Oh, the director, Roman Polanski, when he was making this film, he actually just happened to run into a guy who had helped his own father during the Holocaust.
Oh.
And also, Adrian Brody became the youngest person to win a Best Actor Oscar, not just at the time, but it's still the record for youngest person.
He was 37 at the time.
He was 29.
That's crazy. He looks older than 29.
Yeah. I guess that can be a fun fact. All right, Tanner, where are you putting this one?
I am currently in between an A+ and an S-.
That's so much higher. I figured you'd really want to drag this film down considering it's trying to make you sympathize with Jews. Dylan, how about you?
Yeah, I unintentionally forgot to rank the movies this week, so I'm doing a real-time ranking thing here. I think I'm gonna give this movie an A+.
Bunch of fucking anti-Semites in this call. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
Shut up, Jackson. What's your ranking, Buster?
I'm in between an A+ and an S-.
Yeah, fuck you, Kyle.
I'm at a solid A, I think.
There we go. Nico, why'd you fucking hate this movie? Do you hate the Jews or something?
You know, I just kind of feel like they were a bit one-sided in this movie. We really could have gotten a bit more sympathy for the Germans throughout
pause.
That's
pause. We literally had a scene where he was playing the piano and a bunch of fucking Jews told him to stop playing the fucking piano so they can test if coins were fake or not. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's just objectively not true.
Is that what was happening?
Legit, one of the kindest characters in this movie was a Nazi.
That guy was a big chiller, man. I hope he got out. I mean, he did. He fucking...
He
they literally
died.
indicated that he fucking died in a campfire.
They black screen white texted us that he died.
Yeah.
True. Poor guy.
Yeah, truly. He didn't deserve it, I think.
No, I mean, he probably did. He was a high-ranking Nazi official. He almost certainly caused the death of a ton of people, but...
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, I mean, I'll do my best to recall this movie. I just liked how this movie didn't break immersion. I don't mention this in a lot of movie reviews, but this one genuinely just didn't break immersion. It made for a very enjoyable viewing experience. I think this is one of the ones that was 2.5 hours, right?
Yeah.
It was 2 hours and 40 minutes. It's long as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But, honestly, it didn't feel like that much of a slog. I enjoyed going along for the ride. I think the acting was great throughout the whole thing. I like how we were pitched different scenarios, and it's it really puts you in the mindset of where these people were and what they had to do, and just because we're always used to the protagonist, they obviously this is the best case scenario for a protagonist given the scope of things, but we're used to protagonists always having things work out for them, things always being on the up and up, everything's positive, and yes, that is happening through this movie, but it's not happening in the avenue in which we're used to. Which I think makes a really interesting plot. We think this is terrible, but to them that's the best case scenario. When you think of it on that level, it adds a little more depth to this movie. It makes it that much more enjoyable. And I just think the character interactions throughout this whole movie were great as well. Just the camaraderie and the people saying we need to work together, we need to figure things out. Oh hey, I wish I could help you, but I gotta leave the country, or I wish I could help you, but we got this going on, so we can't help you. That kind of stuff. It just feels like human interaction, which helped with the immersion. The immersion was the biggest thing for me in this movie.
Yeah, this movie followed very closely along to the guy's actual, I don't know if it was his journal that he published or if he wrote a book about his experience during this time. But I think you can really tell with how, like, nuanced the portrayal of these events are. Like, it's not like there are characters in this who are, how do I want to phrase this? I guess going back to what I said earlier, one of the characters that shows our protagonist the most kindness is a Nazi, and then some of the characters who are the shittiest to him are fellow Jews, and so it's a very nuanced thing where it's like, despite World War II and especially the Holocaust often being approached with this very black and white view of things, it's like, no, like, even when they're in horrible scenarios, there will be people trying to, like, fuck over people that are above them, and there will be people with power who can actually be shockingly kind to those beneath them. And one thing that I think really works in this movie's favor and really drives home the, like, horror of these events is that they make it so that the main character kind of, like, helplessly watches things going along just as much as we, the audience, are, like, helpless to watch these things. Like, he has virtually no impact on the actual events going on around him, to the same extent that us as viewers, sitting at home watching the movie have no way of changing what's going on.
Yeah, it's like his only real contribution is at one point he throws a bag over the wall.
Yeah, that's about it. So it creates this really close connection between us and him as the main character.
Jackson, glaze now. Glaze. Go for it, dude.
I mean, I honestly just don't really have a ton to say about this movie. I think the acting is probably the biggest selling point for me. It's absolutely fantastic, especially our main character. He literally just feels true to life. It's insane. He does a super good job. They put him in a lot of really hard scenarios to work with too, from an acting perspective, and he just fucking nails it constantly. Like Dylan was saying, it's a very immersive feeling movie, specifically like kind of going with what Tanner was saying as well. We're basically just watching the entirety of it through our main character's eyes in a way. It's just really interestingly structured too. We do just kind of feel like we're following around a drifter as things are just happening to them, which is interesting, and it is a very different vibe. Doesn't feel like it's long in the tooth or anything, even though it's a very long film. I think maybe one of the things that's lacking is I don't think the cinematography is anything like particularly special for anything. It's just kind of there to fill its deed. It's got some cool shots in it. I think one of the standout ones for me is when he hops out of the window after he's getting like fucking flamethrowered and he sees just like the ruined city there. That shit was fucking heartbreaking to see. But most of the film is pretty whatever from that department. It also, the film feels a lot older than it is too. Like, if you told me this is a 2002 film, I would not believe you. Yeah. Which I think, if anything, is just selling the vibes they were trying to sell. I can almost certainly say they were doing that on purpose. But yeah, it's just a really solid film. It's like Tanner said, it's a nuanced take on the events of World War II. It's got incredible acting. It's got a really beautiful score as well. I'm a big fan of piano, and honestly, this film incorporates a lot of really beautiful piano scenes. And there are just some really solid standout scenes, like going back to the fucking destroyed village. Just the scene of him playing the piano with the officer there watching it was fucking gorgeous to watch. And there's a lot of other random scenes like that. It's just an entertaining, very well-made, solid movie.
One thing I'm kind of surprised that the film didn't mention at all is one of the major events that we see depicted is the Warsaw Uprising, where like there was a pretty large scale rebellion against the Nazi occupation. Something they didn't really mention is that during the Warsaw Uprising, the Russian army was like already at the city, but like because they heard about the rebellion going on inside, they just decided to sit and wait outside the city and let the Warsaw people like do as much damage as they could before the Russians started sending their own people in. So they just sat there and let them, the rebellion essentially get slaughtered by the Nazis.
Those dirty Russians, god damn it.
Nico, what do you think
with
about
friends
the movie?
like these?
It was good. I enjoyed it. I basically share your thoughts on it, where I really don't have a whole lot to say. It was just like, it's a very well-acted movie that really depicts the horrors of World War II, unfortunately. These fucking war movies, man, it's fucked up, okay? We can't let them keep getting away with it. Why do they all have to be so good?
That's so true. I hear the names of, like, concentration camps the same way people hear, like, superheroes get mentioned in Marvel movies. Like, the guy goes, oh, they got sent to Treblinka. I went, oh, I know that one.
No way!
Oh my god, it's fucking Treblinka. 3.5 million at that camp alone.
Jesus, man. Oh my god. Christ. Do we have anything else to say?
Anything else to say about The Pianist?
I don't think so. It's a very good movie. Shockingly little piano.
Yeah, I guess one closing thought is, this is the second time I've seen the movie. I watched this, like, I don't know, 4 years ago now, and I don't know, I feel like the emotional impact of it didn't hit me as hard the second time, even though I had basically forgotten everything since that experience. But it was still a very solid movie, and I enjoyed it a lot, and I don't think it really, like, degraded at all since that first viewing. Sticking at my A+, I don't know if it's quite there to S for me.
It's so tough, because, for me, S- is special. So do I think this is a special movie? I'm so 50-50 on that one. But, yeah, sure. Let's go S- for now. Why not? Let's have a hoot and a holler.
Holy shit. Great
Okay,
work,
my
Tanner. You've created a nice buffer between you and all of the dissenting opinions you're going to be having here in the future. I'm sticking at my
There you
A.
go. Solid.
Did you say you're sticking with your A+?
Yeah, I'm sticking
Dylan?
with my A+, yeah.
Okay.
Cool, and it lands at an A+ overall. How exciting. That's
Nice.
feels like that's our best rated movie in a while.